Hello, authors. Welcome. I'm Lady Trinette Wilson, and I am an author, a ghostwriter, a book coach, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. Now, here we talk about everything to do with authors, writing books, getting published, and today I want to talk to you about the difference between Amazon KDP versus Ingram Sparks. Often, when I work with my clients who are writers, they have a question: which one is better? Which one should I use? And I won't say one is better than the other. What I will say is what your purpose is, what your budget is, and what kind of time you have, what kind of book you want to produce. So there's a lot of questions that go into which of these do you use. So let's go over the difference between the two. Now, for you all who don't know it, maybe you're just now getting ready to print your book. A KDP, an Instagram, a Lulu, all of these, they're called print on demand companies. And the reason authors use them is because they are affordable, they can enter the marketplace, and they distribute to booksellers. So that's the main reasons they use them. So let's look at the difference between the two. We're going to start with Amazon. Now, Amazon has a book publishing company called KDP, or a print on demand company called KDP. And they offer a lot of good stuff. So one is it's free. So you can literally upload your manuscript to them for free, and they will print it into a book for you. And we're going to go on that platform here briefly. So let's look at Ingram Sparks first, and we're going to go down and look at the difference between the two, between Ingram and Amazon, and we're here on the Ingram Spark website. So this is what you'll see when you come to Ingram Spark. Now, they do charge $49 for you to publish your book on Ingram Spark. So that's a difference between KDP and Amazon, KDP and Ingram, is Ingram does charge for you to publish. And they also charge you if you have to make a change in your book. So if you have to re-upload your book, you will have to pay for that as well. Whereas with KDP, you can go in and continue to re-upload your book if you need to. Now, they both print the same: ebooks, paperbacks, hardcovers. So they all print the same thing. So if I hit publish today, they're going to take me to where I need to publish. I was trying to do Ingram Sparks, but they publish, they distribute, and everything that you need for them to do. So all you have to do is upload your covers and your files, and you'll be ready to go. Now let's go to Amazon. As we see here on Amazon, create a book, create a paperback book, create a hardcover, and you're ready to go. So they definitely have everything you need on both to, of course, publish your book. Again, KDP free, Ingram Sparks $49, and $25 each time you have to upload a change in your book. Now, something that neither one of these companies do is, even if they approve your book to be taken and printed, they haven't checked it. So you could have misspellings, you could have pictures in there that are copyrighted by someone else. So there's a lot of footwork that needs to take place before you send it up to Amazon or to Ingram Sparks, because this is your name on this. You can't take your name off of it. So you really want to make sure that all of that is really tightened up, and you know that everything belongs to you and everything is spelled correctly, all that good stuff before you upload it to either one of these. So then once you upload it, you have some other questions that you want to maybe answer, like distribution. So one thing about Amazon is that their distribution is primarily Amazon, and that is basically it. They don't distribute to anybody else. Well, let me just say this: on a limited basis, they may distribute through Ingram, which is Ingram Distribution is a huge distribution company that distributes books, and Ingram Sparks is a company within that distribution network. So that's why they have a more expandable distribution. So when you look at Amazon, their distribution is less; it's only to Amazon. However, Ingram Sparks, they distribute everywhere. And we'll look at the how to set up a book in just a second in Amazon, but they distribute everywhere. So they distribute to over 40,000 libraries and bookstores worldwide. So if you go with Ingram, and let's look at the pricing here. If you go with Ingram, then you're going to pay more, but you're going to have global book distribution. You're going to have affordable book advertising. They said they have that, and they have some free tools for you to use here. So again, which one you use is really dependent upon what your goals are. Is your goal to be in all of the bookstores all over the country, or is it your goal just to be, on Amazon? So you have to ask yourself those questions. Now, you want to know how much is it going to cost to ship and print your book. So we're going to use their calculator here on Ingram, and we're going to do our publishing piece here. And we're going to find out how much it's going to cost us to print here. Now, they use there are two, well, let me say this, anywhere from $3 to $7, depending on if your book is black and white or if it is colored. And they're going to ask you what your trim size is. I'm going to just choose, let's go with the 5.25.2 and by 8. Just do this one here and say we're going to do a black and white book. Now, this is the same process, and we'll go through KDP so you can see it is so easy to set these books up. We're going to do, say we want to do just white paper, and we're going to do a paperback book in a perfect bound, and we want a glossy, say we want to be fancy with a glossy finish. And duplex enabled page count, say we have 200 pages, and most people's book is under 200 pages, and say we want to charge $21.99 for the book with no discount. So our print price for that book would be $4.17. Okay, so that's how we know how much our book is going to cost. So you can actually go in there and do that right there on KDP. Excuse me, Ingram Spark. The same process is also here for for KDP, but it's a little bit more detailed. They're going to want your book title. They're going to want to know if it's a series. They're going to want to know your name, any contributors. They're going to want to know your description, if you own the copyright. So they're going to get into a little bit more information than the other books. And they also give you the choice if you want to schedule your book release now or hold off and schedule it later. So those are the two biggest differences in KDP and Ingram Sparks, is the distribution, which is, again, your choice about, which ones you want to do. Royalties. Now, KDP, you can get up to 70%. Ingram Sparks does pay less. They have 85%, but they do pay less. I do know that. So they do pay a little bit less royalties than KDP. They'll give you the royalties after they take out the printing and them shipping your book off to whoever it is they're shipping it to. Now, what else? Some differences that you can see here. Let me tell you, I have uploaded on both of these platforms for my authors before, and I can just tell you that Ingram Sparks is not a user-friendly website. I hate to say that, and I think they're, trying to update some things, but it is very, very difficult to upload your stuff in Ingram Sparks. Your files have to be laid out a certain way. The book cover has to be a certain thing, certain size, and they don't let you see it and fix it in real time, whereas KDP does. And so that's one difference that I see when I'm uploading books to these two different platforms, that KDP is usually a little easier to work with. Now, can you upload on both? Yes, you can. So what will happen is, say you say, shoot, I want to be in all the bookstores, and KDP and Ingram, they both will assign you also a ISBN number, so you don't have to go out and buy that. So say you want to do that, and you upload your book on Ingram Sparks. Then what will happen is you will not the KDP will not share your book on their Amazon platform for at least 30 days. So it won't be listed on the Amazon platform for 30 days. So that's something that you should know. I want you all to be aware of that. And so then you'll go on to the Amazon after 30 days. Now, if you're a person who you just want Amazon and that's good enough for you, then you don't have to do Ingram Sparks. But I did want to give that information to you. So those were the main differences in between KDP and Ingram Sparks. I hope that you learned a lot. I really think that you should sit down and write the pros and cons down, just like we just talked about, and figure out which one is the best for you to bring your book to print. Now, I'll see you on another wonderful lecture as we learn more about how to publish our books, how to sell our books, and how to market our books. Did you realize marketing is different from selling a book? So I think you should know that. And if advertising is what you want to do, click down below. We have a video on some of a really good platform for you to, if you're an urban writer, to put your book on. So thanks for joining me, and you have a wonderful day.